That's how powerful it is. So we have to really watch what we do, because we're having a lot of issues with criminality due to polygamous relationships. And now I'm going to end with this one. There's another part I want to read where it says, they have shown that polygamous men were more likely to suffer from alcoholism. That's because they're stressed out too. You managing 2, 3, 4, 7, 10 women? Oh, you stressed out. You need something to relax you. So now these guys are struggling with alcoholism, which was attributed to psychological problems. So even the men have psychological problems. So there's also that narrative that it affects men different than it affects women. No. Sleeping around does not affect men differently. It affects women and men just about the same. The only difference is men can do it and it's not so much emotional attachment, but for the men, it's more of a stressor. You have to drink in order to actually deal with these multiple women. All right, that's that. Now, the last piece I want to show you guys is polygamy and criminality. Now listen to this. This is coming from NCJRS, the Revenue, International, and Criminology of the Police Technique. And this is what they said on criminality. Polygamy is a significant crime cause factor in some Muslim countries, since it contributes to economic underdevelopment, domestic strife, neglect of minors. Okay. The author contends that resentment among wives and children living in the same household often leads to violence. He further contends that the lack of cooperation in a polygamous family structure is a cause of poverty and parental neglect, which in turn contribute to vagrancy and juvenile delinquency among minors. So basically, we have crime because we don't have the man in the house, because the man is actually spreading his seed, but he's not fathering children. And the same effect happens when we marry, we divorce, you still get this same situation, a situation where we have criminality due to sleeping around. So it's no wonder that when the women see us doing it, they want to do it. That is really what's happened. In America, you can't marry multiple women. Can't marry multiple women. The only thing you could do is you could sleep around. So that's what men do. And so we have a form of polygamy that has caused crime. And so the women are saying, well, God, hey, if you guys can do it, I could do it too. And I could do it without getting emotion just like you, because they see the men doing it. We're wondering why women cheat and stuff like that. That's because, well, if you're not practicing marriage, if you're not practicing commitment to anything, then how can you be faithful in a marriage? Then 75% of marriages that divorce, based on divorce.com, 75% is due to lack of commitment. But have these women committed to anything? No, because they haven't seen the men commit to anything. I'm telling you guys, we have to be more committed in our behavior, because the women are following us. And I know you don't want to hear this. I know you don't care about it, because you want to do what you want to do. But if we expect to make a dent in society, if we expect to have better dating outcomes, marriage outcomes, and less divorce, so that the family court system does not have to be involved with separating men from the family, because trust me, they don't care about you guys. They care about making your money. They care about disorder. They care about having crime in society so that it can be monetized. Something has to be done. Now listen to this. Listen to this. This right here are some of the stats based on fathers not being in the home. Some of these stats y'all may not be aware of, but I'm going to read them in your hearing. 63% of youth suicides are from fatherless homes. 63%. 90% of all homeless and runaway children are from fatherless homes. 85% of children who show behavior disorders come from fatherless homes. He, she, they, them, us, we. Mental illness and behavior disorders, we have a problem. 80% of rapists with anger problems come from fatherless homes. And now, women are saying Where is our protection? Women need to be protected. Why aren't women protected? Women are being killed at an alarming rate. Why are we not being protected? You left your protection. The man was the protection, and you left. So, and you thought that Uncle Sam was going to be a better provider than your husband. I'm telling you guys, you better marry before you carry, and you better watch who you marry, because if families don't stay together, we're going to have bigger problems in the future. And we can see it snowballing already. We can already see what's happening. And I can't even say a lot of things because I don't want this video being deleted, but just understand that things are happening in society where we are having a snowball effect with societal safety and mental illness. Listen, men, we're going to have to figure out what we want to do, because women need an example of chastity. Yeah. See, if we could lead out in everything else, we can have our business and this, that, and the other. If we could discipline ourselves to do that, then we can discipline ourselves not to just run around and have premarital sex all over the place, have children all over the place, cheat, and do things that we know and understand that women are going to get tired of and follow. Polygamy has literally begat polyandry, because the women are now saying, if you could do it, why can't I? What's the difference? And we need to set a better example so that we have better households, so that we have better families. Because let me tell you something. I'm going to take this down to a scientific level. We understand that if the body is sick, we know that we could trace it down to the cell. Because cells make tissues, tissues make organs, organs make systems. And when you have a whole system, it makes the body. And when the body is sick, we can trace it all the way back down there. The reason why we're having societal issues is because we have to trace it back down to the nuclear family. Yeah, the nuclear family. And because the family is broke, communities are broke. And because communities are broken and have a lot of crime, we have a society with a lot of crime. And that society is spread all over the globe because of poor leadership. And men, I don't say this to get down on you. I actually say this to empower you. Because what it means is that if we were able to do that to this effect, it means that if we pull together as men, that we can change that. That we can actually go in the opposite direction. If we made it popular to marry and stay and keep fidelity and be good husbands, so that we can be honorable husbands that will be able to find virtuous wives. It's harder to find virtuous wives now, because if we're making hoes of the wives, in order to have hoes, we have to have homemakers. So we've made many of the women hoes. We've made them uncommitted because we haven't been committed, and they've been watching our example. So men, we're going to have to decide what we're going to do, because, there was a time when a man would leave his home, leave his wife, his children, and other men that could not go into the army, and they would stand on the front lines and sacrifice their lives for their country when there was a threat. There was that time. Right now, we don't even have to sacrifice our lives. What I need is men to stand on the front lines with me, and I speak to myself as well. Stand on the front lines and say, listen, we're going to be chaste men. It's either one or two things. You're going to be chaste until you find a good wife, or we're going to lead by example and we're just not going to have any sex at all. Or if you are, you're doing it with that one woman that you're dating, but you're not having sex with multiple people, because it breeds what we're getting right now. Poor dating, poor marriages, divorces that allow the criminal court system, because they are criminal, it allows the criminal court system to monopolize the situation across the globe and literally take men out of the home, take the influence out of the home that's necessary to build a healthy society. So, men, we got to do something, and it's on us, and we can do it. You might say, well, what if a woman comes up to me and she wants to do it? Well, you need to correct her. They need to see that we have control. Let me tell you some guys. Let me tell you, we've also given this narrative that sex is in the woman's ballpark, but it can be in our ballpark if we have control. Imagine if men actually had control. It would be harder for women to get it. There would be less of it out there. They would actually appreciate it when they get it. It'd be harder to get if we controlled ourselves, and they would want to follow the same example. Women want to follow your lead. We can control it because we can control sexuality as well by being chaste, by being honorable. We want virtuous women. Well, we got to be honorable men. So guys, if we want to keep our family together, you know what you got to do. We're going to keep on talking about this. You hear the stats. You saw the biblical principles that I talked about as well. So guys, keep your families together. Let's be better leaders. We need leadership. The women desire your leadership. They want it badly, and they need it badly. Our children need it as well. Screw the government. Screw the family court system. We don't need a different kind of president to make America great again. What makes America great is honorable men. That's what will make America great. Once we get families going, then America will be great again. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. Take care, fam. Listen, keep your families together. Take care.